Johnny was brought into the shelter by a neighbor. Her guardian had died, and they had to forcibly remove Johnny from the area. When Johnny came into the shelter, she was not allowing any handling. She would lunge at the kennel door. She would slam herself against the side. She was a danger to herself and others around her. Usually within a day or two, I'm able to interact with the cat. With Johnny, she would not even allow me near her. I've tried luring her with treats. I've tried working with wand toys. I've pretty much used up everything in my arsenal, but she's just not a safe cat to handle. When I take a foster, I make a promise to them, and it's my job to make sure that she finds her forever home. But Johnny has some aggression issues, and if she bites, I'll have to tell the shelter, and they may require that she be euthanized. So really, Jackson is Johnny's last hope. And that's when they actually found out that she was declawed, which poses different problems.
Right. The term declawing is so misleading. We're defingering, we're de-knuckling that cat. It's mutilation. You're maiming that cat for life. And it's something that changes the way a cat walks, functions, defends themselves. It alters their life.
There you are. It's okay.
Now, let's start pushing it a little bit. Let's open the gate up. I want to be able to establish that challenge line with her.
I'm sorry, too fast, too fast.
So the second that you put your hand in there, you cross that barrier. Switch so that your back is up against this thing. Keep your hands at your side. I want you to be able to get a few treats near her. There you go.
Good girl.
So when you're in the room like this, she comes out? Because she wants out.
Usually she won't.
She won't?
Until I go and do something else.
What?
Like when
Put a treat right outside the cage. There you go.
She just likes to prove me wrong.
Yeah. One more. Keep your hands totally still right now. It's okay. Don't pause. Just drop it.
Does she get it?
I gotta see fluid movements. No hesitation. Okay, well, this is not a good start. I can see that Johnny is very hand shy. I mean, very hand shy. All you gotta do is move a finger and she's ready to strike out. Johnny is scared beyond belief and, as a result, aggressive. Do me a favor. Take your hands, put them flat on the floor like this.
Hey, Johnny. Come on. It's okay. Good girl, Johnny.
Well, that's pretty amazing, right?
I'm so surprised.
It's all about the hands. Just as I thought, if Mimi doesn't move her hands, then Johnny won't hurt her. Now that I've seen Mimi with Johnny, I would like to spend some time alone with her because if I'm right, Mimi's nerves are getting the best of her and causing a negative reaction. So if I put my hands out like this, now what if I come near you? You don't like that at all. Somebody had to have hit you. Let me introduce you to a hand that's not gonna hurt you, right? All the way in. Shh, it's okay. Good girl. Sleepy girl. Bam. My work with Johnny just proved my initial suspicion. She is a scared cat, not an aggressive cat, not a cat who's chemically imbalanced or anything like that. She is fully traumatized and living inside of this traumatic loop. And our job is now to prove to her that life can be exactly what it was for her at a certain point. Now, first of all, she's up there in terms of the most hand-shy cats I've ever worked with. I mean, she'll see your fingers moving from across the room, but I do feel like there is a lot of promise for her. So homework-wise, first thing is we need to establish trust. And I mean that in a full circle way. She can't trust the hand or trust the human behind the hand if you don't trust her. So you start by placing the treats around you. And then she's gonna explore you, hands on the floor. And you're just talking to her, telling her how great she is, using this sort of sing-songy voice. She'll just take the treats and go as long as you're still. She's learning that your hand is a really good thing. If I can get you feeding her by hand, that's a huge hurdle.
I'd be happy with that.
Johnny has to learn how to trust the hand, and in order to do that, you have to desensitize the presence of the hand and form positive associations with the hand. My hope is that Johnny will take a treat out of Mimi's hand. That would be a show of real trust.
Today we're just going to the treats first. My goal is that Johnny will eat out of my hand.
Yeah, baby. That's right. Oh. I was not expecting this to happen, at least not yet. Johnny went from that wild cat in a cage to a cat taking a treat out of Mimi's hand.
So the big news is Johnny let me pet her last night.
Whoa!
And I'm super excited about that. She's a completely different cat. This cat is amazing. This was the end result that I was hoping for. I wasn't expecting it either.
Come here. Oh. I have no words right now. I just wanted this cat to take a treat out of Mimi's hands. And she is on her lap, taking pets. Johnny is saying, thank you. This is what I wanted. Oh. I did not expect that.
Me neither.
I mean, we were like, listen, this is your goals. It's gonna be a long time. How far into the process was it? When was this?
That was the day after she bit me. The day after she bit me, she wanted nothing to do with me. And then all of a sudden I just let her have some space, let her out. And I was sitting on the couch and she just came over and did it. It was like her little I'm sorry.
I would love at this moment to be like, yep, told you so. That's exactly what was going to happen. Predicted this one.
I don't think anyone could have predicted
no,
that.
There's no way. I think one of the things that's so beautiful about this, I mean, God knows I could go on for a day and a half about this, but she wanted it.
I didn't call her or anything.
No, with the introduction of Sebastian. And that was a key, by the way. The social bridge thing was a key, but from that moment was a way of saying it. Oh, thank God, you know what I mean? Like it's like I've been sending you signals, I need.
Mm-hmm.
She gets it. And then with you, these moments of absolute blissed out with her being pet and everything and just leaning into you and everything, again, she's like, clearly she's reclaiming her life. This is who she was.
Mm-hmm.
She did have a loving guardian. She did have cats in her life. She just couldn't tell anybody. Did not expect that. I couldn't be happier with the progress I'm seeing on video, but the proof is in Johnny. I want to see her come out here, spend some time with us, and really see how far she's come.
Johnny girl.
Look at you.
Come on out.
Johnny is walking out into this room, tail up in the air. Hey, how you doing? Just looking around. That's crazy. Somebody swapped this cat for somebody else, I'm sure of it. She has no problem being around me right now. Your best friend in the world dies. You're stuck in a house with them. You are then rescued, put in a crate, thrown into a shelter, sat there for weeks in a cage. You come into another house, sit in a cage for a few weeks. What would happen to you? Would you swat and growl and try to kill whoever came near you? That's what happened to Johnny. Watching her bloom now, that's moving through trauma.
Good job, baby.
Whatever I'm experiencing, you must be experiencing tenfold.
Oh, my heart exploded a lot of times during this process.
You're clearly attached to her.
She's special to me, but my job as a foster is to find her forever family.
Knowing that we have Mimi in this world means that there are a lot more Johnnies that are going to be saved and find loving homes. There. Now I can go home happy. Jackson
Was Johnny's last hope, but with his help, she's a completely different cat. It's just amazing.
Mwah.
Thank you so much, Jackson.